Tank mothership.
I love it. See you tomorrow. Have a great night.
Oh, thank you, Sam. Thank you, Bobby. So much fun on this big Saturday, the first big sale of the year. Thank you for joining us and being a part of our HSN family. You know it means the world. One of the things that certainly means the world to us is working with brands that do the right thing. And in the face of unexpected power outages, in the face of storms, wildfires, flooding, hurricanes, you need to make sure that this isn't a situation that we have to face, which is being out of power. Being out of power is horrendous. When we talk about replacement power, backup power, typically our mind goes to generators, traditional generators that are, gasoline powered, and they're noisy and messy and there's fumes, and it's not so great. EcoFlow over the past 6 years has reinvented the way we think about power, the way we think about power stations, backup power. This is their River series. It's the River 2 Pro, which is the most powerful that they offer in this line, and we have a special opportunity on this Saturday afternoon. We're going to talk about a lot of things, and certainly I do want to start by saying that our hearts and prayers are with all of those in California who have been struggling with these devastating wildfires. It is truly horrendous, and we're proud that HSN has made a donation. If you would like to join us, you can go to the American Red Cross. Obviously, every little helps, and we are grateful, so grateful for you taking part. One of the things that we have to do in 2025 is make sure that we are prepared, that we are, I suppose, set for anything, prepared for the unexpected. This is a system that is easy to use, that any one of us can have in a condo, apartment, townhouse, big house, small house. It's one of the most desirable EcoFlows because it's actually a much smaller, more compact unit that's easier to go from room to room. I can go from the kitchen to the bedroom. I can go outside. Heck, I can go camping with this and do a lot of fun things, but it's backup power where I need it. I want to take you through the offer that we have tonight. You can buy the EcoFlow for $329.99. So $329.99, it's a great value. That's down from $600, so nearly half off the price. Or, and we know this will be the most popular option, you can do the EcoFlow with the fantastic specialty bag, and this is a great backpack bag that obviously stores this, and you can do a lot of other things with it. That's included with a solar panel. The solar panel, which can be hundreds and hundreds of dollars, this means you'll always have power. This will give you ongoing, never-ending power to your EcoFlow. That plus that plus that gives you a retail of just shy of $1,000. We're only 70 bucks more at $399. So that's nearly $1,000. We're at $399 for the bundle. There's a lot, obviously, to get involved in and to talk about, and $419 on that bundle. There's a lot to talk about, certainly, with our opportunity today, but one of the things that you should always listen to is an expert. And we have that expert in the name of Mr. Justin Hyatt, a man with a plan from EcoFlow. And you were just at CES again.
Just at CES. For all of you wondering, what is CES? Consumer Electronics Show, it's, used to be called Comdex 20 years ago. It's the #1 electronic show in the whole entire world. It's where every piece of innovative technology is usually launched. And that's what we do with EcoFlow, is just pure innovation and always launching new stuff. Going over there and being with them, seeing all the new product is always exciting, but it's even more exciting seeing just regular people like you walking in and saying, I love that. When that happens, you get to have true conversations. And when you have those true conversations, it's all very similar. It's, wow, so many different ways that I can use this. And that's one of the things that we love about the River 2 Pro, is that there is so many different ways to use it. Power stations are a source of power. That's where we store our power, but it's also how we have our output of power. And when we think about having some type of backup power, we want something that's gonna be able to power most of the things in our home, right? Something that weighs less than 20 pounds can power 80% of your home appliances. In fact, most of your large appliances in your house right now. And yet, under 20 pounds, this is the most powerful that we have. Now, we have a River line, and we also have our Delta line. Yeah. We have a River 2, we've got a River 2 Max. This is our River 2 Pro. It is the most powerful in the River line that we have, so we're very excited to be able to just offer it in general, but we love that it's something that's portable and something still manageable.
Justin, 10 years ago, you would not be sat here talking about this type of product. To discuss how innovative it is, really, it's an exceptional evolution of power.
You know, even just thinking about that, 10 years ago, I was presenting power banks that were $70.
Right.
And all they did was, what? Charge our phones.
Right.
This can power 80% of your home appliances. This is over 1,000 watt hours of power. And yet, you know what, you think about it, over 1,600 watts can be powered from this. And yet, look at this, a full display. And you know, it's amazing. Technology does change so fast. And that's one of the exciting things when you even go to see these shows and see all the different technology. But thinking about seeing things, that's what this is. That display tells you every bit of information that you need. And we'll show you in real time how that works. But as soon as you turn it on, it's going to give you a window into every piece of information that you need. How many watts you're using, how many watts is actually powering up your power station, how long it'll take to power it up, or even how long it can power any of the things in your life. And what does it power? It powers your life, but powers all the other things in your life, like a light, like a CPAP machine, like a microwave oven or a blow dryer or a TV. You know, we think about entertainment, we think of peace of mind. It's when we can check off something on our list that when we feel like in those emergency moments, it's one less thing to think about. And now, yeah, it's nice to know the phone and the laptop, and those are great things. But to know that this is the difference between being hot and cold, or having cold food or hot food, and then, yeah, how about all the different tools that you can use? My dad literally just sent me a video before I came out here. He had he was using his blower that we had, a Sunjoe blower that we had. He actually was powering, this is no joke, I wish I had a picture to show you. He had a little table saw that he had outside, and he plugged it into his river too.
Because you can.
He's always doing these things, but yeah, he's proud, and exactly, because he can, and that's what we love about it.
So we're going to get started on our journey into EcoFlow, and I obviously want to kind of bring your thoughts to, listen, when the power goes out in our home for just 20 minutes, we're kind of not happy. We're looking at our watches. We're looking out the windows. Is the power out at the neighbor's house? How much longer is it going to be out? I've got my favorite TV show starting. But when the power's out for an hour to 2 to 12 to 20 and beyond, it becomes a real situation because we rely on power for everything. Whether it's our refrigerator or a fan, whether it's our CPAP machine, all of these things require power, and that's what EcoFlow is able to do. I want to let you know we do have VIP financing on the bundle for $419 and change, down from nearly $1,000. That VIP financing on any HSN card or QVC card, it brings it down to $34 and change, so certainly take advantage of that. We have learned, sometimes the hard way, because I think all of us, whether it's ourselves here in Florida over the past year with the horrendous hurricanes that we had to deal with, or through friends or family who have been touched by any type of disaster, we've learned the reality, which is unpredictability is something we have to be prepared for. And Justin, when you have this, you're ready for that winter storm. You're ready for the unexpected, and that feels good.
When you live in these environments, you adapt to them. Right. You know, when I was living in Minneapolis, you adapt to knowing at some point it's going to be 30 below. We have to be ready. We have to have salt for even just the driveways, have the snow blowers, all of these different things we prepare for. Here in Florida, we know every single year we're guaranteed to have major thunderstorms and what? Hurricanes. Wherever you live in the country, we all have to expect all of these different seasons that bring all of these just inclement type of experiences. I know we were just showing you the cold temperatures across the country right now. Where do you live? What kind of home do you live in? Wouldn't it be nice to know that you can have something reliable? When we think about reliability, it comes down to you, the consumer, who says, I not only bought that, but I used it, and I do feel reliable. In fact, it does feel reliable. And I've said that because when you look at the reviews, you go to hsn.com and you look at our reviews, EcoFlow is the #1 power brand here at HSN. We're also the #1 power station brand in the United States. In the United States. Talk about reliability. EcoFlow actually worked with the evacuees and those first responders in LA, ensuring that we were able to get power stations to all of those different individuals so that even the first responders were able to, at the Pasadena Bowl, be able to have all of these different power stations. That's reliability. Wow. Talk about being able to have something that's easy to use. That's what we love about reliability too. When you were to compare this, what are we comparing to? What we'd be comparing to the only two other options, Adam, like you said, 10 years ago when this didn't exist, what did? And still does, gas and propane generators. One touch of a button, that's it. I see my display, and so when that happens, when the storm starts to kind of roll in and the lights start to flicker, or maybe there's just one of those down power lines, or maybe it's the heavy ice that's weighing now on our power lines. Wouldn't it be nice to just say, it's okay. We're not gonna get worried, we're not gonna stress, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna plug in our light, we're gonna plug in our fan. And I also talked about, the entertainment aspect of it. It's also the line of communication, about plugging in your router. When we think about being out of power, we think, well, we got no internet. Well, that means, well, we have no entertainment, we might not have any communication. Plug your router in and now you'll still be able to have internet, because when you don't have power to your router, your internet's not out. You don't have power to your router, you can't have that type of entertainment to your television. So now plug your TV, plug your light in, plug your fan in. I want you to go back here to the display, because now I want you to see, when we talked about in real time, the fact that we get to use this inside. You get to see right here on our kitchen island, using this inside where it's safe. It'll tell me exactly how long. Those are hours that it can run my light and my fan that's powered right now. What about the big stuff? Now, Adam, we might say with something that weighs just a little less than 20 pounds, something that weighs 17 pounds, we'd say, well, it'd be a mini fridge. It's not just a mini fridge. No. In fact, it's your full-size refrigerator. Walk with me really quickly, because I want you to see this. We have a full-size refrigerator. Do you have any type of medicine that needs to stay cool? How about the food? Food right now, as we all know, and we all experience week in and week out, is very expensive. We don't think twice, because we have to, right? We need food, we need water. Those are the two things, of course, that we get as we start to get prepared for these types of storms too. And often we can't get prepared. We see what happens with these tornadoes and these storms that just come out of nowhere. Well, whether you get prepared in that sense or not for food and water, you can get prepared today for power, because we need power for all those different things, like our food, like our water. So we'll be able to just plug this in. In fact, I'll just go ahead. I'm going to turn the AC button on really quickly, and you'll see that power go to, we have the Live and Glow light bulb.
Yep.
Did you know? So when I plugged that light in, I thought that it turned everything on. Live and Glow, if you don't have one, you need a Live and Glow light bulb. Just turn it on. Now we've got our full refrigerator, we've got our light, we've got our fan. We could have, or for instance, we could also have a router so we could have internet, and then it goes beyond that. How about being able to then say, all right, it's nice that we can plug all those things in, but what about cooking food? All right, now I've got an induction burner. This is a Curtis Stone induction burner. I should get some kickbacks from these Curtis Stone mentions. I love Curtis Stone. By the way, I have all my pans are Curtis Stone. This is an induction burner right here, plugged right into our EcoFlow. We're now cooking food. We're also keeping our food cool in the refrigerator, lighting a fan for 2 straight hours. So then that brings me to the point, which is 99% of the time you're gonna be using this for fun things. Take this outside. As my dad uses it for the TV outside, or for the table saw outside, or when we go tailgating and using this for our flat top grill. Find fun ways to use it. That's what we love about the size. But for that 1% time where you truly need something reliable and you need to fall back on something, that's what we love in those emergencies, that you can use it for fun, emergencies, and hopefully way more fun than emergency.
We have the luxury of an hour in this presentation, and it still never feels like there's enough time. There's so much to tell you. You got to start with this. EcoFlow is the best in the world at what they do. So if you were looking to buy a power station now in 2025 in the United States of America, EcoFlow is the #1 brand. It's the most preferred brand. It's the most premium brand. They are the innovators. At the Consumer Electronics Show just a few days ago, it's EcoFlow everywhere. We launched EcoFlow on this network 6 years ago. So EcoFlow and HSN have this wonderful partnership. So we get the newest products, we get the best prices. So that's fantastic. We get a lot of people saying, listen, I want a power station, but I don't want to spend $1,000. And I don't want one of these massive ones. I don't want one which has to be on a trolley. I don't want one that's going to be so heavy because it's just me at home. No, it's just me and my significant other. I don't need this massive power station for a 5-bedroom home. With response to that, EcoFlow brought out this, the incredible River Pro. And this is a series that is meant for every one of us in any situation. It's smaller, it's powerful, it's compact, and it really is portable to a level that most aren't. The joy of this series is that the price is obviously not $1,000 anymore. Now, please understand, normally at retail, it's around $1,000. But HSN, with our discounts, we're down to $419 and change, and that's for the bundle. You can get the other EcoFlows even with our prices, the $999 or $1,499 or $2,000 depending on what you buy. But what we found is that for most of America, this is the sweet spot. It's what we want, it's what we need. It gets the job done. We just powered that full-size refrigerator. The food will not spoil. The medication that needs to be cooled will stay cool. We're able to do all the things in the living room, in the kitchen, the bedroom that we need to do to live normally. The bundle is always going to sell fastest because the bundle is the undeniable value. Well, look, you get the premium bag, right? the backpack bag where this can fit and other things as well, and you're gonna get the solar panel, hundreds of dollars of extras, nearly $1,000 combined. We're down to $420. That's like nearly 60% off the price. Solar panel we'll get to in a few moments, which is important. And of course, free shipping and handling is there. This is the only presentation of the day. And I do want to really, again, I'm very sensitive to this, but obviously over the past days and past couple weeks, the demand for power stations has been so great, so huge for our neighbors and friends in California. So I do want to make sure that everybody knows that when we are saying we're offering these are not on back order. This isn't 5 weeks until you get it. We have them in stock right now, ready to be shipped out immediately. So that's important to me that you know that although many stores have sold out, we have these available because of our relationship with EcoFlow. Justin, this is a true game changer. And as we always say, and we've said it for years now, when we talk about power, backup power, your mind doesn't think of something like this.
Well, you know, I'm going to have to steal this from you, because as often you would say, when I say backup power, you think generator, right? That's always what we've always, considered to be the only option. In fact, for some of us still, that's the only option, because we didn't think that something like this existed. So now a generator and gasoline. When we think about getting prepared, we have to go ahead and store some gas. You can't own a gas generator, propane generator in an apartment or condo. So what do you fall back on? What about storing gasoline? These are limited. Gas is limited. We have to wait in line. What happens when we run out of gas? Why have this that weighs 70 pounds when I can have something like this?
Very good.
Right? Something that weighs just 20 pounds. In fact, less than that, 17 pounds. Something that is now the most powerful in our River 2 line. This is our River 2 Pro, and I have to emphasize, we have a River 2, we have a River 2 Max, and then we have our River 2 Pro. This is the most powerful power station that we have in the River line, the most powerful that we have under 20 pounds. Powering up to 1,600 watts of power. We talked about fuel. When we need this to be able to go ahead and refuel our generators, how do we refuel our power station? That's why typically most of you pick up the bundle. Why? Because now I've got my solar panel. With the solar panel, I've got fuel, free fuel, infinite fuel from the sun to power up my power station. That little carry handle, I can pick this up, carry it with me. The emphasis on portability. But even further now, because you're also getting that backpack. You can put this in the backpack, it'll live in the backpack. You maybe never even have to take it out, but it's nice to know it's even more portable. When you get the solar panel out, you have a 110-watt solar panel that you're going to be getting today. You can have another 110-watt solar panel, so 220 watts of total solar input. If you wanted to recharge your power station just by the power of the sun, less than 3 hours. In fact, 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours to be able to power this up. That's just the morning. Put it out in the morning, the sun's going to charge it, and now you can recharge it in just 2.5 hours. How about this? Plugging it into the wall, just via the AC outlet. You can recharge this in 70 minutes, just a little over an hour. That is unbelievably fast when you consider all the things that it can do. Here's the other really cool thing. When you have your solar panel, and I want you to do this when you get this at home, and this can be at 100%, take it outside. And then what you're going to notice is now it's not just a power station, it's what we call a solar generator. All of the power that you are absorbing through your solar panel is going to pass through your power station to any little electronics that you've got plugged in. That's a free 110 watts of power that I can go ahead and be using. So for instance, if I want to be charging phones, I could be charging phones infinitely during the day. Fans and lights infinitely during the day. If I have 220 watts of solar, that means I could be running my refrigerator all day. So when I show you any of these different kind of numbers, we talk about how long it can power a refrigerator for. That's just off of the power itself, not including the idea of using this also as a solar generator. So when I say tailgate, tailgate, but do not forget to bring your solar panel too.
That's the joy of this particular model, is that it truly is portable. Before the show, talking to our director, Mark, who's bought an EcoFlow, our producer, Rocky, who's bought an EcoFlow, me, who's bought an EcoFlow, 4 or 5 years ago now. It took me about a year of presenting them to really understand how extraordinary this innovation is. But I would never be without it now. And I do want to make, certainly a note to all of us at home who might be alone, who don't have somebody else with us, a significant other, to lean on in times of hardship, right? When the power goes out, it's scary. when you're plunged into darkness, it's scary. It's a little easier when there's somebody next to you that you can grab onto, right? And work through the situation and live out the situation. But I do think of everybody who is alone and doesn't have that other person there. And I want you to know that in those moments, EcoFlow is there for you, because EcoFlow is not hard to use. You don't have to go outside and pull a hand crank or fill it with gasoline. You're gonna press a button. You'll plug in the heater so we can stay warm in bed tonight. You'll plug in the refrigerator so we can keep our food cool. We'll plug in our laptop so we can still get online and see what's going on. Plug in the television. This is a wonderful product that we can own and we can have that can give us that peace of mind. Again, this particular model is more versatile than any other because it's the right size and it's the right price. Obviously, not everybody wants to spend $1,500 on a power station, no matter how good it is. We're at $419, which is 60% off nearly the full price, which is just shy of $1,000. So you've got a great offer today for sure. As is always the case now, as more and more of you become more and more familiar with EcoFlow and the offers that we do, the bundle is out selling. So the bundle is $419.99, which is the solar panel and the bag. The bundle is out selling just the EcoFlow by 5 to 1. 5 to 1. So for every 5 of these that are sold, only 1 of the EcoFlow by itself is sold. So the bundle getting limited. Our producer, Rocky, letting me know, let's do this. There's a lot of calls coming in. It's obviously a big weekend. A lot of people shopping, looking for deals and bargains, and we've got the biggest one. We are already, listen to this, over 400 sold. We've only been here for 20 minutes. So we're gonna take a little bit of an early break just to process these calls and see how many are now left, especially in that bundle. And heavens above, I should tell you as well while it's on my mind, you gotta think about HSN Plus and QVC Plus, because whenever you need to be entertained, HSN Plus has got all of the shows, including me. I know, every Monday we're gonna do open house. It's 9 to midnight. You never know what you're gonna see. This Monday's a huge night for us, so make sure you join me there. There's Bob Sacosta, he's always around. Every single night at 9 o'clock there's a big show, whether it's gonna be The List with Debbie D on Thursday, whether it's Beauty Report with Amy, on Wednesday, What a Girl Wants, on a Tuesday with Sarah, or brand new Friday Night Finds on Friday. So check out HSN Plus. As you can see, you never know what's gonna happen. All right, start ordering yours now. I'll give you an update when we get back. Grab your EcoFlow for the big holiday sale.
It started with a single act of kindness and 100 goats. 15 years of research later, we turned our expertise to the science of kindness and goat milk, which contains 31 key ingredients to help skin look and feel healthier. Today, Beekman 1802 is a world-renowned goat milk skin and body care brand built on the belief that there's beauty in kindness.
Worry about one less thing with our Protection Plus plans at HSN. Electronics, fitness equipment, even jewelry can be covered. Shop smart and protect your purchase. It's easy to add when you're checking out. Search Protection Plus at hsn.com for more details.
Get the best deals on the things you love with the HSN card. As an HSN card VIP, you'll get all kinds of perks like VIP financing on so many items, plus extra flex on every item under $369 all day, every day, and at least 8 VIP savings events a year. Includes fraud protection and there's no annual fee. Apply now and instantly get $15 off when you're approved. Call 1-800-695-1418 or visit hsn.com/HSN card. Ready to hit refresh and unlock massive savings? HSN's first big sale of the year is here. Save big on top brands and get up to 50% off thousands of items. Shop fashion and jewelry up to 60% off. Plus beauty, kitchen, home, and electronics up to 30% off. Shop now and score huge savings before they're gone.
Hi everybody, welcome to Saturday on the world's first shopping channel. This is HSN, I'm your host Adam, and we are really excited to bring you some big things. I do want to make sure you know that in our second hour, everybody wants this Bissell steam shot Omni. It's brand new. We're going to be blasting away the steam, dirt, grime, slime from the kitchen, from the bathroom. We're going to do it at a crazy price of just $42 and change. This is the new upgraded model, by the way. Instant on-demand steam, tools to do every single job, more power, more performance at 1,000 watts, and a bigger tank so you can put more water in it. Chemical-free cleaning for the new year. You can pre-order it right now. It's coming up in our next hour. Obviously, the theme of this show is EcoFlow. The biggest name in the business, the most revered name, and reputation matters when you're delivering power. And that's what EcoFlow is able to do for an apartment, a townhouse, a condo, your home, my home. They are there to bring us power. Before the break, I'll let you know that we are selling 5-to-1, the bundle versus just the EcoFlow. That is continuing. Please be patient with us. We're going to get to you momentarily. If you want to order yours, we are doing a nearly 60% discount on the bundle. It's normally around $1,000. We're at $419 and change. You get the deluxe bag. It's around $70 value. And then the solar panel, which can be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You get the bundle for a fraction of the price. So it's certainly worth it to do it. We talk about what this can do, but I also want to talk about how they do it. EcoFlow has built a name and a reputation by not just delivering the power on the front end, but by delivering the backup support on the back end. And that warranty and that customer service is something that is really impressive, Justin. Not every company can say the same as EcoFlow.
In the world of electronics, we get very used to it's a 1-year warranty, right? You get a TV, it's a 1-year warranty. Do you want another one? You got to pay for it. When this happens, and the power goes out and the thunder hits, we think, well, what about that warranty? What about that reliability? What about that reputation? You know, it's very interesting. I've got mine essentially in the studio, right? But imagine this being in your bedroom. Quiet. In fact, the loudest thing right now is the portable AC unit, and it's set to 66. It's going to run with my River 2 Pro 11 hours. That's not minutes. Okay. After 11 hours, it goes to 0. I need to recharge it. Well, I can do that, of course. I can recharge it via the solar. I can recharge it via just plugging it into the wall. But the recharging part is what I want to talk about. If I was to deplete it and recharge it once a day for the next 10 years, that's right, for the next 10 years, I can do that, and this will still go up to 0 to 80%. You have 3,000 life cycles on this power station. You're saying, Justin, I have no idea what that means. That's why when I say any of these odd things, it's nice to know that we do have that customer service email. So if you do have any questions and any of this sounds a little confusing, don't worry, it's very simple. But if you stumble across something or there's something that you heard that you want a little bit more answers to, go to that customer service email right there, be able to answer all those different questions for you. Again, back to the warranty. When you have any phones or any type of batteries, they have limited amount of these life cycles. It would take you, again, 10 years before you ever experience this to go from 0 to 80%. 10 years. What has happened in the past 10 days? What's happened in the past 10 months? What's happened in the past year, 2 years, 5 years? Well, it's nice to know that this isn't a 1-year warranty. It's not a 2-year or 3. It's a 5-year warranty backing this power station because it has one of the newest battery cells inside of it. It's called LFP batteries. That's why we can go from what we had was roughly about 300 life cycles to 3,000. We added a 0, 3,000 life cycles, 10-year lifespan in a 5-year warranty. We love that. Talking about, you know, what we're doing in the bedroom. Again, we're able to use it. We're able to use it all those different ways in all those different applications. When I was saying with the, you know, we can use this 99% of the time for the fun stuff and 1% for the emergency. If you ever invested in the generator, you only get to use it, well, that 1% of the time for the emergencies. Right. We're not thinking, well, what about the other times? I'm not going to take it and use it for inside my house, of course, because your generator needs to be 20 feet away. Well, what about being able to just plug in a portable AC unit? What about just walking outside and be able to, like my dad did, plug in the TV? We're not going to grab our generator for that. I want you to think about, as an investment, all the different applications that you will now be able to use. When we say power your life in ways that you haven't been able to do, and do it yourself. As Adam, you said, and I love this, it is about feeling that independence. And for some people out there who aren't feeling that independence, where we feel like we have to be reliable on somebody, be reliable on a well-known brand like EcoFlow. When we show you Power Your Life, which we're going to show you right now, these are the things that are in your home. These are the things that you use day in and day out. Cooking your food with your rice cooker, your induction burner, being able to use all these high wattage appliances, and you'll be able to do it because you're not getting the River 2 or the River 2 Max, you're getting the most powerful in the River line, the River 2 Pro, and you get the bag and you get the solar panel. We have the best bundle, which, by the way, you're not going to find anywhere else except for right here at HSN. Why? And we know this, Adam. It's because we launched EcoFlow right here at HSN. We get to have an unbelievable relationship with them so that we can do these exclusive bundles for all of you.
It's the best of HSN. I mean, you know, like you go to certain retail stores for certain things because you know they do it best. In the world of power stations, we do it best because we were there first. We were able to tell the story of what EcoFlow was and is and what they wanted to do before anybody knew what hit them. Before anybody realized what it was all about. We were there at the forefront. And that's why with 500 of these now sold, when you are 60% off nearly the price, this is it's a deal. And when you're buying a higher priced item like this, I think it's true to say we always want the bigger deal, right? That's what we've got. We've got the best deal going. We don't think there's anywhere in the country that has an offer like this. I do want to pick up on something Justin said, though. He talked about this, of course, because it's the River 2 Pro. If you're price shopping, it is confusing because there's the River 2, River 2 Max, River 2 Pro. You think, well, is the Max better than the Pro? Is the River 2 better than the Max or the Pro? This is the best one. They look similar. This is the best one. This is the one that you would want at this price. Thank you for your patience. Our teams are working hard this holiday weekend to process the calls. The bundle is selling, is way beyond now 5 to 1. If you are looking to get the bundle, that will sell out before just the EcoFlow alone. You don't have to get the bundle at all. You could just get the EcoFlow. But the better value is getting this because you can store it in this, right? And getting the solar panel because the solar panel means it will always work. With a gas generator, Justin showed you what happens with the gas generator when you run out of gas. The generator stops. And there's lines all around the gas station to get gas. It's an impossibility. You'll never stand in a line or wait in a line again. You'll never be told, sorry, we're closed, we're out of gas. You'll always have the sun. You'll always have the rays of the sun powering this infinitely, endlessly, and for free. That's why the bundle giving you the solar panel and the bag makes all the sense in the world. We're already halfway through the presentation. For this deal, we have FlexPay. For this deal, we have VIP financing if you have the HSN card or QVC card. Justin, it's the luxuries, right? Yeah. It might be watching the television. By the way, if you do want the HSN card and you don't have one, you can always apply today, actually. And if you do apply, I can take another $15 off this, which is always nice. It's the luxuries, maybe the television or the laptop. It's the necessities, like maybe having a fan or a heater or an AC unit that you have there. It's everything. And with this, I am able to carry it from room to room because it's not so heavy. Yeah, you know, often even when we talk about just generators, we get away from the fact of the portability side of it. You know, this weighs less than 20 pounds, 17 and change. It's now the manageable part. It's not something that you get and you're feeling uncomfortable. You know it's something that you get at home that you're going to use and that you're going to be able to carry around from room to room. And you will, because as I'm using right now, we talked about being in the bedroom. We were in the living room, then we're in the kitchen, then we're in the bedroom. You'll be able to do that. So I've got the CPAP machine. Well, this is a $700 CPAP machine. It's something that you get because it's something that helps you be able to sleep throughout the night. It's a medical device that you rely on. Well, what happens when you have no power and you can't rely on this anymore? You need something to power that. Here's one of the things I love, and this is why I wanted to just stay here for just a few seconds, was because I wanted to show you 13 to 14 hours for just my CPAP machine. 13 to 14 hours. That is well over a full night's sleep and change if you want to be even a little bit lazy on the Sunday morning tomorrow. That's nice peace of mind, but then I can say I'm going to unplug this, and then I can go ahead and pick this up. I can carry this now. In fact, I'm going to walk back over to the generator because, again, we talked about it. I want to just show you a couple things. When we were getting ready for this last hurricane, I actually ran into a gentleman while I was at the storage unit because he was getting his generator that had been sitting there for 3 years. It looked brand new. He had never used it before. When you get your EcoFlow, it's not going to sit and wait for an emergency. It's going to sit and wait for all of just a few days until you say, let's grab it and let's go there and there and there. It could be in the house. It could be outside of the house. Just comparing, again, apples to apples, right? When we think about how long we can run our CPAP machine for or our refrigerator for, why have this when you can have this?
More information that you may probably need, TMI, my shoulder's killing me. I can still carry this. You know how hard it was to get this get it to the studio and get this in the car? Here's the other really cool thing that's not so cool, that you find out at the worst times. These generators have batteries. Those batteries, they can die. That's right. In fact, I found that out because I was gonna actually use this to power up some of my larger EcoFlows. Well, I don't have to worry about gas. I don't have to worry about that. And what about the pull crank? Pull crank's not even working. So even if the push button wasn't working and I thought, well, I'll be able to use the pull crank, that's not working. No LCD display, no USB ports, just 2 AC outlets. Whereas this, I can pick it up, I can go ahead, walk over to my solar panel, and as Adam, you were saying, the full free form of rechargeability. Not waiting in lines, not feeling as though, oh, the stress of now having it going, which, by the way, I've done. I know how that feels. It's not fun. And then, okay, we talked about being able to have the manageable portability part of just being inside your home. Now bedroom, now to the kitchen. We got our light, we got our fan. One touch of a button, I can go ahead and turn on the light, the fan, and all of these different appliances like the induction burner, like my router, the entertainment side of it. We want entertainment, especially when it feels like chaos outside. We want to feel comfort inside. And that's the greatest thing, is that you get to stay inside. You don't have to worry about going where it is chaotic. You can stay in the comfort of your home and take this out of the closet, plug your fan in, plug your light in, plug your router in, plug your induction burner in, and not a small little mini refrigerator, a full-size refrigerator, and then cook your food. With our Curtis Stone induction burner, I'll just go ahead and turn this on. And I want to do it without unplugging anything because I want to show you I don't have to unplug to plug things in. I have 4 AC outlets. I just showed you on the generator, 2. I still have USB-A, USB-C. I also have DC adapters, DC ports. So all these different ways that I can be plugging all the things in my life right here from something that weighs less than 20 pounds. You said it, Adam. This is not the River 2. This is not the River 2 Max. This is the River 2 Pro. This is the most powerful that we have in the River line.
And that is key because it's giving you more power, more versatility. And when Justin said, you know, this is the power bank, the power station that you can take with, you know, you might go to the beach, you might have a picnic in the park, you might be going camping, and you could plug anything in. What do you want to plug in? You can plug anything in wherever you may be. But at its heart and soul, when you are home, and if there is a power outage, you are able to get through it. Okay, that's the joy of EcoFlow, is that it's that thing that we have in our home that if the power goes out for an hour, if the power goes out for a day, if the power goes out for longer, you can take care of yourself and your family, and that's so important, so vital. We are down to the final 20 minutes. We will not sell out of the EcoFlow by itself. I have enough. It's the bundle at $419.99. The value difference is, it's so weighed in that option. It's so heavy in terms of value that everybody's doing that. So for $419.99, you're gonna get the deluxe bag, which is like $70, $80, and you get the solar panel, which is hundreds of dollars, and you're only spending a little bit extra to get it. And I would always recommend that. Talking of recommending with electronics on HSN, despite this having an incredible warranty, we always make sure we want to offer our HSN Protection Plus. That is something that protects you from any accidents, drops, spills, any type of damage with no deductibles whatsoever. We teamed up with Allstate to provide that. This past year, and I think we maybe all agree that the world seems to be getting crazier, right? I don't remember it being this crazy when I was a kid. I mean, it was always crazy, but it's real crazy. I mean, the hurricanes that we've been through here, where friends and family lost everything. Friends and family were without power for days and days and days, and the struggles and the challenges. For those that are obviously in California right now, still battling through once-in-a-generation devastation. Devastation. For those that struggle and have struggled with flooding, winter storms, you know, tornadoes, earthquakes, name it. I mean, name a disaster, there's always one. Unfortunately, they're threatening us. You know, I heard on the radio when I was driving in tonight about the polar vortex next week. They're saying it's going to be really cold. They're saying here, even in Tampa, it's going to be cold. There's always something there. This is something that can help get us through those moments. And I do want to reiterate, EcoFlow, who, let me tell you, have been providing their power stations to incredible services in California over the past few weeks, and we're grateful for them for doing that. It means a lot. It says a lot about them as a company. But they have had unprecedented demand over the past 12 months. From Floridians, from Californians, obviously with the hurricanes and the wildfires. But the demand for EcoFlow has been so great that they have sold out on many occasions. And some retailers have been taking orders and not being able to supply the product. You needed this yesterday. We all needed this yesterday. We don't want to have to wait for this. So I want to make sure that you know that when you place your order tonight, you don't have to wait a month to receive it. We're not taking the order and we'll give it to you when we're in stock in 2 months from now. I have these in the warehouse available today, ready for immediate shipment and delivery. But as we said, we're getting limited now on the bundle. And once it's sold out, we have other EcoFlows, but I don't have anything that's as great a value as this or as low a price as this. I mean, just in our final 15, 20 minutes, there is EcoFlows of all different capacities for many of us where it's just me or just me and a significant other at home in an apartment or a condo. We don't need the granddaddy of them all. We just need this.
Yeah, and we use the analogy of the Goldilocks, but it's so true. You know, when you're looking for that sweet spot, you're wanting something, I keep saying the word manageable, but that's what I truly mean, which is something that you feel like it's nice to know I have it, but it's nice to know I can use it. And when it comes to just using it, it's nice to know that I can pick it up and I can carry it. That's why we wanted to also include this backpack. You know, being able to have that sweet spot means that we have something that pretty much is very just adverse to be able to do all the different things that we want. Something where I can pick this up and carry it. That's a big thing for a lot of you watching. We have some that are 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 120 pounds, and then it can even kind of compound on itself and be well over 200, 300 pounds. Yeah. I love this because when we have a size like this that still can put out 1,600 watts of power, they can power 80%. When we can come out here and say that this is the most powerful that we have in the river line, I know that that means for you that you're gonna have way more fun using this and way more options on how you can use this than you ever would if you considered what? A gas or propane generator. That's something that'll sit and it'll wait. We all know it because we've all owned one at some point or know somebody who has. This doesn't sit and wait. It's what we call not a break glass in case of an emergency investment. This is something that you get because you know you're going to have fun with, and yet it's something that when it comes to just reputation and reliability, that when it is that 1%, when we see, as Adam, you said, the world is crazy. Yep. The things that are happening right now, we don't have to read a lot of these stories in the newspapers yep. or watch them on TV. We experience them. We talk to so many people who are part of the HSN family who have experienced these things. You have to be prepared, no matter where you are. How do you do it? Where do you look? Look to the #1 brand when it comes to backup power. It's EcoFlow. #1 in the United States for power stations and solar generators. This is the most powerful that we have. #1 brand, and yet this is the most powerful that we have in our river line, less than 20 pounds. If you want lightweight and powerful, that's what this is, and it's the most powerful in our lightweight river line. Light and a fan, I haven't unplugged it. We have the induction burner. I want to go back and I want to show you. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and I want to turn the AC button off. Again, these are things that, if you have any other questions, I do want to mention that one more time that you do have that email that's specific for all of our HSN customers. It's customer service email that you can go ahead and contact. Just in case there's at any moment in time you say, what did that fast talking guy say? Don't worry. You'll be able to answer it right there on the email. Okay, power station, it's in the kitchen island, and this doesn't have to be a kitchen island inside. This can be outside, right? We can be cooking, we can have our mini refrigerator outdoors and tailgating, or just at the soccer game or lacrosse, whatever it might be. Do you see what I just did? One touch of a button. I just turned on my light, my fan, and my full-size refrigerator. You can do that. When it comes to a generator, what does that mean? I'm gonna have to go outside. And often that also means outside in the middle of a storm or in the middle of winter. No, now it's 30 below out. Yeah. Now it's snowing, or maybe it's raining, or maybe it's flooding. So now I got to go out into the crazy world that Adam was just talking about, the elements that we all seen happening. Well, I also have to make sure I got gas. I need to make sure that that gas is still good. I need to make sure that I've maintained that generator. All of these things. Oh, I haven't done that. Why? Because life happens. We get it. You can have your EcoFlow sit and wait for months before you have to worry about just checking the charge, making sure that you go ahead and recharge it. I always say, look, often you won't even have to think about that because you're going to be using this way more than you would have ever thought that you would. So you will charge this. But then maintenance, what maintenance? There's no engine inside of this. I get to run it inside. I get to stay where it's comfortable, where I feel safe inside my home, and yet I still can go ahead and cook with this. I have the induction burner. I want to turn this on one more time, and I want you to think about this. If it's cooking outside, great. But what happens to that moment in time where I have to cook food inside for me, for my family? The food that we just bought to get prepared, I don't want it to go bad and spoil after I just spent $400 or $500. What happens if the grocery store's not open? Adam, all these things that we think about, we didn't just think of them. These are things that we experience, and I've experienced my whole life. I grew up in Florida. I went through many hurricanes. I know that living in Florida, you got to be prepared for snakes, alligators, and sharks, and hurricanes. Be ready, because it's going to happen, and wherever you live, have a plan, and maybe today consider EcoFlow being that plan.
I mean, it's the big stuff, it's the smaller stuff. You know, it's the hurricane, it's the rolling blackout, it's the power on the move. It's a power solution where you need to have power and you don't have an outlet. Now you have it. Again, you're going to the beach, you're going camping. There's a million options with this, which is what's really favorable about the River line because of the size and the portability that just makes it a winner. And since we introduced this, I mean, it's gone on to really experience unrivaled success because it is that sweet spot. Heavens, you could lock the door and Justin and I could talk about this all night long. It's the best in its class. They are the best at what they do. And with now nearly 700 orders placed in the past 45 minutes, it's just the right product at the right time. It's the right product at the right time. It's always the right time for EcoFlow. But when we have these reminders along the way of stuff that happens and situations that arrives, it makes us think, what are we going to do? Heavens, even if you don't buy this today, when you're ready to buy a power station, come to HSN because we've got it for less. We've got it for less. This is $1,000 and worth every penny. That gas generator, $4,000. This, $1,000. If you buy it right now, $419.99. It's a huge discount, massive discount. You can buy the EcoFlow alone for $330, which is very good. But to get the deluxe bag and to get the solar panel, which for me is just a necessity, you've got hundreds of extra dollars of value and you're only spending a little bit more to be able to get it. As you can see, we couldn't speak more highly about it. HSN's FlexPay makes it very affordable. We'll take our best pricing and divide it by 5. So you're only paying a little bit each month, but we send it out with that first payment. You can do VIP financing on your HSN card or a QVC credit card. That brings the price down to $34 and change, which is very affordable. You can certainly call us to apply. When we have these higher priced items, HSN becomes even more attractive because we want to make it easier to get it to you. Life-sustaining power. This is not a luxury. We have to have the refrigerator work. We have to have that medical device work. The lady that called us probably 3 years ago now who said that she was reliant on a scooter to get around. If there's no power and that doesn't move because it's out of battery, what does she do? This will charge it. This will power it. You know, you're in the middle of wintertime and it's freezing outside. We need a heater. You're going to plug this in. If you don't have a heater and there's no power for 3 days, what are we going to do? Similarly, if it's summertime and you need a fan, now you've got this. So on every single level, it's something you should have. You're better with it than without it. You're safer with it than without it. There is no downside to it. The upside today is it's the first big sale of the year and I can get it to you for a greater discount. And Justin, I know you're the same. I'm all about the discounts. If you can get me a saving, I'm in.
Look, this isn't saying it's 60% off of something that was $40.
Right.
This is 60% off, and you look at the value that you're getting, right? And you're getting it from the #1 brand. You know, this isn't something that I truly like to touch on because this isn't saying, well, why is it 60% off? Well, who is that company? EcoFlow is the #1 at doing exactly this, giving you an option, giving you alternatives, allowing you to feel independent, allowing you to truly have something that powers your life. And let's stay on the power your life part right now, because Adam, you were just saying it. If you live somewhere where it's cold, what do you get? Well, you get snow blowers, you'll get the space heaters, you'll get heating blankets. What do all those need? Power, right? What about here in Florida? Well, we need fans, we need AC units. What do those need? Power. If I'm reliant on CPAP or dialysis or scooters, what do those need? Power. We all are reliant on power more and more than ever. We've often thought this right here in front of me is the only option that we have. I can't run this inside. I need this to run it. I need to make sure that the battery that's in this is still working, which, by the way, it's not. In fact, this was under 5 feet of water. I had 15 feet of water in front of my house. I wasn't carrying this up to the house. Why would I have this when I can have that? When I can have my River 2 Pro? Again, this can power 80% of my home appliances. I don't have to worry about gas. I've got the sun. I've got my solar panel. I don't have to worry about carrying something that's 70 pounds when I can carry something that's 17. I've got 4 3-prong AC outlets on my River 2 Pro. That has 2. When that runs out of gas, as Adam has mentioned, I have no way of charging it or powering it. And I'd have to hope that the gas station gets gas. And guess what everybody else is doing? They have the same hope. They're going to be in line. And I waited 3 hours in line in this past hurricane with my neighbor to get him gas. Right, exactly. You know, our producer was just saying, if you can even find gas, it is very hard and it's very stressful. And guess what? Not even the gas, finding the gas, but having the gas cans. Why have the gas cans when you can have this? True independence, true reliability, true feeling of, you know what? I made a decision and I love it. I love it because now this is one investment that I'm going to be able to use day in and day out. I can use it every single day. I can have it plugged into the wall and have my CPAP machine plugged into it. When I lose power, this can run as my EPS, my emergency power source. So it's not something that I just got and waited. You're not waiting. This is an investment as an insurance policy that's there for the catastrophic type of things that happen or the not, the fun stuff. Solar panel, 110 watts. You get 220 total solar watt input on your EcoFlow. If I have full 220 watts in about 2.5 hours, I can charge my River 2 Pro. River 2 Pro, not River 2, not River 2 Max, River 2 Pro, the most powerful in our River line. Solar panel, it's not just to recharge it. In fact, you can now use the free power of the sun every day to pass through all of that power to anything I got plugged in. So can you imagine, whether it's all the phones in the house, how many do you have in the house? What about electronics? What about TVs? What about fans and lights? Well, 220 watts or 110 watts that you're getting with the solar panel, now I can use the sun to charge up my phone using free power. Free power, not depleting the power from my power station. So anytime we show you all these different numbers and we show you different images or real time right here in the studio, that's just off the power of the actual battery cells in the power station, not including the unlimited amount of time that you'll have with your solar panel. I want to talk about the battery real quick, Adam. It's one of the greatest things about getting the River 2 Pro and not the previous model, because it's the latest and greatest LFP battery system that's on the market. Meaning, instead of 300 life cycles, where if I deplete it and recharge it, well, I'd have a limited amount of times I could do that. We added a 3,000 life cycles. It would take you 10 years. You'd have to deplete it and recharge it once a day before you ever experience this, only charging up to 80%. 10 years. We mentioned this early in the presentation. What happened in the past 10 days? What happened in the past 10 weeks, 10 months, past 5 years? This is something for the next 10 years you will have relying for you to be able to rely on it. And also, that's why we don't have a 1 or 2 year warranty. It's a 5-year warranty backing our River 2 Pro. 5-year warranty in the world of electronics is unheard of. 5-year warranty. And again, the US-based email, customer service. It's just that way, no matter what, you can get a hold of somebody and you can make sure that any answers that you have or questions you have are answered when you need them.
Best in the world at what they do. I mean, that's the EcoFlow difference. They have become the #1 most preferred brand. Our team letting me know that there's only 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. It is the only presentation of the day. And again, our team have been working real hard to fulfill the orders that have been coming through. And I want to reiterate, we have these in stock. A lot of retailers, with all the pressures and demands of the hurricanes that Florida struggled with, and of course the devastating wildfires in California, a lot of retailers have been out of stock, but have still been taking orders and then obviously fulfilling several weeks later. We have them right now available for immediate shipment. It's great to have it, because it's one less thing to worry about. It's great to have it because it's a less pressure to have to deal with. It's great to have it because you'll only buy it once and then you'll have it there and it's ready to go. Where every one of us, and you live in a condominium, you can't have a gas generator out there on the balcony. You can have this. Wherever you may live, you can have this, and it doesn't take up any space. It's so compact, it's so small, it's just whisper quiet. $0 cost of maintenance, nothing to do to it. You know, your gas generator is noisy. This is quiet. This is $0 cost of maintenance and ownership. That is pretty hefty and expensive. This is clean. That's messy. I mean, this is cheaper. That's more expensive. I mean, whichever way you look at it, that versus this wins every single time. I want to reiterate, we will not be selling out of the EcoFlow alone at $330. I have enough, I can see from what's available right now. However, the bundle is the best seller, 5, 6, 7 to 1 at this stage. Virtually every order that's coming through is for the bundle, which is where we're getting a little bit strained. We'll put 4 minutes on the clock. We're rocketing towards 1,000 sold in this airing. The bundle gives you the deluxe bag. That's normally $70 to $80. And of course, the solar panel. I'm so used to the solar panel that now it's just, that's not an option. But I appreciate if you're watching for the first time, you might wonder, well, do I need the solar panel? You really do. I would, because that will always power this up. If you have a power outage in your home for an hour, you don't need it. For a day, you don't need it. But if you have a power outage for a couple days or beyond, you're gonna need that. And that's gonna give you free power from the rays of the sun forever. So it's a make sense product. And Justin, with this particular model, the River 2 Pro, I can, myself, without using a trolley, without having to have it on wheels, without having to have somebody help me perhaps, I can go room to room to room throughout the day and the night and use it where I need it.
Yeah, portability doesn't necessarily mean portability outside. It's the portability inside. It's the portability of going from the living room to the lanai area or the sunroom or wherever in your home. Then from the kitchen, then to the bedroom or to the home office, and think about in every single room that you have. All the different type of electronics that need what? Power. Whether it's the fan that's going to be by the bed, or the air purifier that's by the bed, or the CPAP machine, or the heating blanket during the winter, which, again, thinking about things that you need in certain areas. Look, I get it. I lived in Minneapolis. When it's 30 below out, it gets pretty darn cold. My bulldog, who gets hot when it's 60, okay, he was cuddled up with me. Aww. But I also had my heating blanket. You need it. Well, my heating blanket needs what? It needs power. I can go ahead and have my heating blanket plugged right here. I wouldn't use this, but I know a lot of you who would. A blow dryer. You don't want to. If maybe you're meeting up with somebody for coffee or breakfast, or you just want to make sure life goes on the way it should. Use your blow dryer. We got an air conditioning unit right here, portable AC. Can you imagine? This is maybe what, a window AC unit or portable AC unit or a fan right by you. It could be, actually, it's interesting. This is also a heater. This is one of our Hunter portable AC units. It also doubles down as a heater too. I could use this. I could use this as my space heater. I could use this as my portable AC unit. I can keep myself cool. I can keep myself warm. And I'm powering it by what? Again, think about this. Something that weighs less than 20 pounds that I can pick up and I can carry with one hand. From the bedroom, or to the bedroom, or to the kitchen, or from the kitchen to the bed, however you want. And that way, however life kind of just rolls throughout the days, if you're out of power, you have something that you know I can use. Manageable power means something that you can carry. And it's not something that says, well, I can't even imagine if my significant other isn't home, I'm not gonna feel comfortable to run that generator. This is something that you don't need anybody. You've got you, and you've got EcoFlow. I'll show you. You see what I just did? I just turned it on and off. One touch of a button. This AC outlet right here, that's what turns on all these different AC outlets. I can be keeping myself cool and then plugging in my phones. I can have my phone so that, God forbid, all of a sudden my phone's down to 10%, and that's when Murphy's Law hits and the power goes out. Oh, how am I gonna make sure that I keep that line of communication open? What about the internet? Have the router. Adam, these are